What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel. Happy New Year to you. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment, put the bell notification on all as usual. And yeah, let's get into it. Hope you enjoyed the New Year's celebrations and your Christmas time and everything. I certainly did. And let's get into this one. So we got recently big signing by Frank Warren, Queensbury Promotions. He signed this prospect, this young heavyweight, 18 years old. His name is Moses Itauma. Admittedly, I didn't know much about him because I haven't really followed the amateur game that closely outside of watching sometimes Olympics and bits and pieces of the World Championship. So it's a very young kid. A lot of people singing this guy's praises. He's just turned 18 years old the other day in December. So very young kid. He's 18 years old. He's obviously Queensbury. He's got his brother called Carol Itauma, who's already signed to Queensbury Promotions as well. So he joins his brother with that. He's a two-time national champion. He's won gold at school level. He's won junior, I believe he's won junior Olympics, and he's also won nationals like at junior level as well. European championships, he's won gold in that. And recently at the Worlds, this guy has won world gold as a youth. He didn't sort of wait to go into the senior side of things. He was quite keen, I guess, to turn over. This might be due to the fact that they've been talking about taking boxing out of the Olympic Games. Because a kid like this, with who's doing so well, he's got a lot of RSCs on it, a lot of stoppages on his record. So this kid would, it would be surely like a shoo-in for Olympic gold in the next Olympics. But I suppose because that sort of stuff is kind of up in the air, maybe that's why he didn't want to hang around. And there's other things you can do, like being as young as he is, he could even go for Mike Tyson's record, as many have said. Hatman said in his blog about, he could possibly go for that Mike Tyson record of youngest ever world heavyweight champion. And if he is as good as people are saying he is, then that's possible. They said here, from what I was reading in this article and even looking at his box rec, he seems to be unbeaten. They've only got about 22 on box rec, but I've heard other articles where he's got about 24 fights. So he's done very well in a short space of time. He's been amateur only since 2017, I think, and he's received high praise from a lot of top heavyweights. Just to give you some information here that I've been reading up on this kid, the age of 14 and 15 years old, one or the other, I think it was about 15, he was sparring, and this is professionals, he was sparring the likes of Lawrence Okolie, Daniel Dubois, and Anthony Joshua. So, and when he was asked about this, Itauma, he said, look, I was holding my own in them spars. And it's one of them where you've got to believe that, really and truly, because at the end of the day, if he wasn't able to hold his own, then there's no way you're going to have Okolie, Dubois, Joshua, all these guys like using him for sparring. They wouldn't use him. They would get rid of guys, I'm pretty sure, if they just kept getting beaten up or whatever, or if they were no good, they'd get rid of him straight away. But this kid Itauma was really holding his own. And you imagine professionals, Lawrence Okolie, big puncher, Daniel Dubois, big puncher, Anthony Joshua, big strong guys, and this kid, when he was sparring him, he was only like 15 years old. So he's been like a prodigy, a prospect from very early. He seems to be a real special talent. But what they said, the biggest praise he got was from Joe Joyce. He gave him the highest praises because, according to Frank Warren, Joe Joyce said that Itauma was one of the toughest ever spars he had. So he's, and that was at the time, the same as when he was sparring Okolie, Joshua, Dubois. At the same time, he would also spar Joe Joyce. And Joe Joyce apparently said that This kid gave him one of his toughest ever spars, and at the time, this kid was only 15 years old. So this Moses Itauma, I'm telling you right now, watch out for this kid. This is a special fighter, because these guys, the fighters, they want to big up themselves. They want to, they want to be praised themselves. So the fact that they can praise to this kid, the fact of what he's been doing in the amateurs, winning everything there pretty much is to be won, means this kid is going to be serious. He's from what I understand, Frank Warren, has been saying along with one of his sons that they're not gonna rush this kid. They're gonna sort of take their time with him. But to me, in a sense, the boxing fan in me wants to see him sort of not rush too much, but I want to see him in there at the deep end early. I want to see him moved quite quickly, because I think if he is as good as they think he is, then why not get him in there with some of the big dogs from early? Why not move him quite quick? But I think, from what I understand, they're going to sort of move him slowly, take their time with him, and just build him up bit by bit, get him used to the pro game, because he is quite young. But you could also argue that because he is young, you can move him quick, because he'll have the youth and the energy to do it. But we'll see what becomes of this kid. Great amateur so far, and he's got all the tools to become a great fighter. And for me now, personally, as with many of you would probably agree, for me, Frank Warren has kind of got the heavyweight division, at least as far as this country is concerned, which very good for the heavyweight division. But Frank Warren's got kind of the top dog in there in Tyson Fury. He's got Daniel Dubois. He's got Joe Joyce. He's got David Adelaide, who is another decent prospect. But yeah, to have Dubois, Joyce, and Fury all in the same stable now, I think, to me personally, the power has kind of shifted from Eddie Hearn to Frank Warren here, especially when it comes to British heavyweights. And yeah, it's interesting that Eddie Hearn, I'm not sure whether he tried to get Itauma, but you would have thought, wow, a kid like this, you cannot afford to pass up on that opportunity. I'm not sure whether Matchroom did put in an offer or whatever, but they would have been fools not to. But anyway, I suppose the fact that Itauma's brother is with Queensbury already, that probably was one of the biggest factors when it comes to this. So anyway, I look forward to his debut, which won't be very long away. I think it's either this month or maybe February. I forget when exactly it is, but I'm looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts on this. Frank Warren signed Moses Itauma, and until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.